This is a reading of a poem by Julia Alvarez, a writer of books, fiction, poetry. The poem is called Bookkeeping. In the beginning of the poem, there's a quotation by Rumi, the great writer. Words let water from an unseen infinite ocean come into this place as energy for the dying and for the dead. The poem Bookkeeping, Julia Alvarez. At the Pierpoint in Morgan, I go up and down the glass cases of the East Room, studying bindings, toolings, paper cutting, as if by learning your craft, I will know you in the books that are exposed before me. The thick seams clasping the packets together the way your hand will fold around my forearm. Your urgent fingers whitening my skin, as if to bind us in a certain moment of knowing. The pearled vellum lucent of love-making, the leather covers pockmarked in a scarred masculine pattern, as if we undressed hastily, and your jacket's rough tweed pressed against my legs as you bore down, parting me the way I've seen you take a book in your hands, parting its thick wedge of pages to the exact passage you want me to read. I go slowly over each display, accustoming myself to this new way of looking at books. Gold leaf embossed crescents, doves versus Zordorf's bindings. I read each legend card carefully, as if to know you better without the distraction of your body next to my body. The vocabulary of your craft still odd on my tongue, like the taste of you at first. An uncertain pleasure, the self posed between its celibate single mindedness and in its being cracked open with the creaking give of a new binding in a book you've made. I study them now, books we both love with a passion almost to the body. Leaves of Grass, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, To the Lighthouse. Changed utterly now as I pass by, taking each one in, marveling. Now they become objects, the filigree leaves closed into solid gold, the leather covers tooled into splendid, intricate beds of flowers. Now they become texts, tomes, volumes, books I would touch were they not encased in their carefully monitored boxes for generations to come. Now the words become flesh, your body, my body, side by side in my small twin bed. I lean over closer, clouding the glass with my frank breath, watching you. The idea of you no longer enough to hold me until the next time we meet. The body keen to the hunger you have awakened. I lean forward for the writing touch of the physical world, the dark, warm wood of the case gleaming with polish. Now I am knowing my body late in its fourth decade, or in the passionate way you have known it, the seam of the spine centered in the jacket of the shoulders, the ligaments tooled on the plates of clavicles, the legible bones of the wrists and ankles, and the breath comes quickly for a moment, suddenly short. For all the knowing of the body of the world, the touching, all the body of the world and the handing down to generations to come, the world's body, loved by our passionate arts.